Hi, quick video for myself, Harvey Goldman. No cuts, no edits, no filters, and no hair. So as you can see, I'm home from work, half day today. I took a half day holiday to basically go get some physio on my shoulder, which is absolutely killing me. I've got a hernia operation on Friday, and I'm pretty sure that physio is going to be off limits for a while once that's done. So, yep, I needed to get on top of it, for the sake of my well-being and my ability to function. There you go. So really today, wanted to just, reiterate some stuff about side hustles. I've had some monstrous bills come in. I've had my council tax hike come in. It has to be said, I feel like I've gotten off lightly. Mine's gone up 5%, well 4.99%. As expected, it's not gone up less than that probably in the last 4 years. They always push for the maximum, but I understand from reports on YouTube, from seeing news, it's made it as far as CNN for Christ's sake, that some places like Windsor and I think even somewhere in North Somerset, it's gone up 20 or it's going up 25%. Oh, that's mental. And I'm sure that for all that extra money, somewhere between £400 and £700 for some people a year, there'll be no difference in the services that are provided. And I think there's even talk of some services like bin collections getting scaled back to once a month. Can you imagine how bad that'll be, having a monthly bin collection? Oh my days. The whole neighbourhood would stink. It'll be disgusting. There'll be rats and foxes everywhere. Basically, we need to shelter ourselves against this. We need to protect our incomes, advance our incomes to mitigate against greedy councils. I did say councils, trying to basically extort money out of people. It's mad, really, because my understanding of it is that if a council wants to push for 25% as an increase, they need to have declared themselves bankrupt. So if you're in a business, like a limited company, and you declare yourself bankrupt, at that point, the director has no job. Neither do any of the staff. It's a bankrupt business. So surely, by the same token, if the council is declaring itself bankrupt, all of those people that are taking their bonkers government pensions, that are, taking expenses to the next level, surely they should be jobless. Funny that, isn't it? I'm sure that won't happen either. I'm sure they'll probably end up getting a pay rise. That's probably the long and short of it. So really, we need to protect ourselves against this kind of lunacy. And I think myself that it's probably going to get a lot worse before it gets any better. And I think probably until about 2028, the UK is in some serious shtuck. By which time I hope I'll be on my way out of the country. Basically, if you've not got one, or you're struggling with bills, or you're sick of 9 to 5, you're sick of being robbed by your local council, you need a side hustle, you need an extra income. So obviously myself, I was in a bit of a predicament running up to Christmas. Not had a pay rise in 2 years for my job. Obviously, cost of living's going up absolutely crazy levels every single month. Bills, food, energy, all of it. It's all a madness. I've managed to turn it around a little bit. I've taken on a private client. I have actually also got another. It's a friend, but they've just started a business. They might want a little bit of marketing done, only very low-key stuff. And I may be able to also do a little bit of bookkeeping for them, which is something, they can do it themselves, they just can't be bothered. So I've said I'll do it, but obviously I want paying for it. So I might be able to take them on as a client as well, just doing a little bit of light work for them, maybe an hour or two a week, which will be awesome. That'll be a boost. So really, if you've not got a side hustle, if you've not thought about getting one, now's the time, trust me. You want to do it ASAP. You want to get on that bandwagon. Just to debunk a few myths, a side hustle probably isn't going to make you rich. It's probably not going to be something that you're going to retire on. For most people, it's pocket money. It's an extra income. It's just to weather a storm. that may be coming, or to enable them to work their normal job and then have money spare to be able to put into investments, that type of thing. But that's really what makes side hustles work so well. You need something ideally that's got low startup costs. You need something that's scalable if needs be. But most importantly, you need something that's going to fit into your schedule, whatever that is. You don't want to have a side hustle if you're working a 9-to-5 job. You don't want a side hustle that's going to take you, 6 hours of a day to complete. Ideally, you want something that's like an hour or two a day that doesn't really impact on your day or your time in any huge way, but still creates an income, So the top side hustles, I guess, that I found, and I've not tried all of these. I plan to. I really do plan to. I'm literally going to become a side hustle whore and just try anything. But we've got things like digital product sales, obviously things like Etsy, eBay, Amazon, selling goods. Now, the good thing with these is there's quite a low barrier to entry. You can start off just selling junk around your home. And there are people on YouTube that have made incredible channels and incredible incomes out of doing just that. But we've all got stuff that we don't want. We've all got stuff that served its purpose and is no longer used. And, I'm sure all of us have got wardrobes filled with clothes or piles of CDs when we've also got a Spotify account and don't really need them. All of these things can be sold, they're kind of tertiary to our existence now. So it's a good way to start. It's a good way to dip your feet in the water. You get a feel for how to list things, for how to get attention on those products. The sales process, you can make a little bit of money on them, and it helps you find your feet for being able to scale it into other products. Now, I've recently started selling nuts and bolts on eBay, just as a side, because I figure they're very low value items to buy. They're very small items to post, and they don't take up really any space as inventory. It takes up they protrude from my garage wall about 6 inches, and I stack them about 2 feet high. So I've probably got about 100, maybe 150 different items in that very small space against one garage wall. So something like that, food for thought anyway. And as I said, it's something that anybody can do, and the barrier to entry is really low. So another thing would be flipping items. For example, I guess you call it retail arbitrage. And this might be things like you can buy something on eBay at an auction cheap, or you can buy something maybe on Facebook Marketplace locally, dead cheap. And then you might be able to flip those items, put a bit of money on them, clean them up if necessary, and just sell them on places like Vinted, or indeed back on Facebook Marketplace. So stuff like that can lead to quite an easy kind of residual income. And you might find that you get repeat business that way as well. So again, it's a way that you can start off dipping your toe in the water with something really easy, very low barrier to entry. You don't need to buy loads of stock. You can flip one item at a time and just reinvest that money each time into a bigger or better item, But that's also something that could be scalable. People have done it. There is a chap that's been on Facebook doing lives. He's also been on YouTube. And he basically collects sofas from people that just want rid of them. And a sofa, if you've ever bought a sofa and needed to get rid of an old one, they are a nightmare to get rid of. They're things that most people can't fit in their cars. Anybody selling a sofa, they usually go for absolute peanuts. Or they just give them away. So this guy gets sofas practically given to him, cleans them up, and then sells them on at a huge profit. And I think within a couple of months, he made about 30 grand off it. But he's on YouTube. I mean, if you've not seen his videos, go check him out. It's a really fantastic way for him to have made money. Other things would be like local services. Now, this might be things like tip runs. You might have things like car detailing, dog walking, pet sitting, house clearances, cleaning. If you've not got a skill set that's very digital, you might have a skill set that enables you to do other things locally. So it's about playing to your strengths as well. You don't want something that's going to require you to go and do a college degree to get set up in. You might already have an eye for detail, something like that. And that will enable you to perhaps do bookkeeping for somebody, you know? So these are, again, very simple things that you can start. Most of us have got a laptop or a computer of some kind. I'd say most of us have got the ability, you know, to spot an opportunity to mow a lawn or to clean a neighbour's car, or if you're a handyman and you've got ladders, you could remove debris from their guttering, that type of thing. It's all the basis of an easy to start, scalable and low barrier to entry business. Another thing would be things like teaching, tutoring, especially online. And I think that's a massive one. It's one that I've thought about because obviously I play guitar. I'm all right. I'm good enough to play in a band. I'm probably not good enough to make millions out of it. But I'm almost certainly good enough to teach other people to a point. So I can at least get other people that aren't very good at guitar probably to the point where I'm at. And, you know, if that's the case, I'm sure that I could charge for it. So that would be quite an easy one. And also, obviously, in this day and age, many parents are looking to get extra tuition for their kids. College places and university places are becoming a bit more fought for. So yeah, kids need that competitive edge nowadays, and obviously certain parents, on certain levels of income, I guess, are able to pay for such luxuries for their kids. So if you've got an ability, maybe you're good with maths, maybe you're exceptional with English, and I guess those are the two core ones. But certainly things like language tutoring as well. And again, if you can speak reasonable French or reasonable Spanish, you can certainly teach somebody else to get to a similar level as yourself. And you can definitely charge for that. So that's another good one. I guess another one would be affiliate marketing and content creation. Now, this is a bit of a thorny one because affiliate marketing, I feel it's kind of had its day, insofar as we've all seen videos of people that have just taken a payment or they've taken a sponsor, said that they use the product every day. Okay, brilliant. They've taken a product or they've taken a sponsor on, and they don't use that product. They're just basically doing it to get paid, aren't they? So I think affiliate marketing and multi-level marketing, I mean, essentially they're all pyramid schemes, but they do still operate. Despite my feeling towards them, they are still out there. Things like content creation, that can lead to opportunities like ad revenue, ad placement, and so on. You know, you see plenty of YouTube videos that have got sponsorship for VPNs, for AG1 health drinks and such. So there is obviously money to be made like that as well. If you've already got a platform, it doesn't have to be YouTube. It could be perhaps Instagram. Maybe you've got an Instagram page that you can monetize, or a Facebook page that you can monetize. And all of these little things, I guess it's a more modern way of creating income than perhaps the other traditional ways that I've mentioned. But it's certainly a way to create income, and it's certainly a valid side hustle in these modern times. So let me know in the comments, what are your thoughts? What do you guys do for your side hustles? How is it working for you? Is it going to be enough to enable you to quit your 9-to-5 job? You know, is the income enough? Is there a barrier to entry that you had to overcome? If so, what was it? Let me know. Anyway, YouTube's going to pop a video up somewhere around there, and as always, it thinks you'll like it. It probably knows best. If you can, like, follow, subscribe. More videos most days, and yeah, there you go. Goldman, peace out.